and welcome to the Metal Margarita Show. We're so excited to be visiting with Doug Schmude is with us, hailing from Southern California, but has had quite a journey before reaching that destination. We'll talk about that. How are you today, Doug?
I'm doing excellent. Yeah, glad to be here. Glad to chat with you about some music. And yeah, I'm doing great. It's a beautiful Saturday.
It is a beautiful day and always a beautiful day on the Metal Margarita Show when we can meet artists and talk about their journey and their inspiration behind what they do. And you've been at this music and songwriting thing for quite some time. But tell us, let's go back to the beginning. Tell us a little bit about you were originally from Baton Rouge and
Correct.
then raised in Oklahoma and Texas area. Is that right?
Yeah, I was born in Baton Rouge, but I left there when I was about 3 and went to right outside New York City briefly in Connecticut for a few years. And then about 5, I was in Oklahoma. And from there to 18, I was in Oklahoma or Texas. So that's kind of the place I remember most growing up was Oklahoma and Tulsa area and Houston area in Texas.
How did the music bug start?
When I was a teenager, I really just decided I wanted to play the guitar and talked to my parents about it, and they thought it was another fad. Sure, we'll see how long this one lasts, and good on them though. They let me give it a go, and I was addicted. I just could not stop playing the thing, and was just kind of hunched over the guitar for hours on end from pretty much the beginning.
You have four older brothers, and we're going to talk about your brother Dan a little bit later in the interview.
Sure.
So were you the baby of the family?
Yes, I am the baby. I have, like I said, 4 older brothers, all D's. So Don, Dave, Dennis, Dan, and Doug. So we're like a little, alliteration family.
Mm-hmm. Fun. And now are any of them into music as well?
No, none of them play music. One of my older brothers is a music fanatic, and I kind of credit him with really kind of getting me into a lot of good guitar music. I was starting to play guitar in the 80s, and there was a lot of keyboard music and not a ton of guitar music on the radio in the mid 80s. And I remember came home from college one year and heard I was playing the guitar and handed me a stack of old records and some from obviously some classic Led Zeppelin and Eric Clapton, but J.J. Cale and even some old blues. And so that really kind of sent me down a path of listening to a lot of that kind of music.
Now you play Americana, which is like a blend of country, folk, rock, blues, kind of a lot of roots music, you
Correct.
know, and putting it all together and you package it quite nicely. Um, we just recently featured your song "Heaven Got a Good One" on the Second Opinion halftime show, which airs on the CW in Eastern North Carolina, and you had a beautiful video with that. It was a beautiful tribute to your brother Dan. And music is so therapeutic and it helps us process our feelings. And not only for us as artists, I'm a musician, songwriter also. So, being able to express ourselves in that way has so much healing power, you know.
Yeah.
And then for our listeners, when they hear that, they're able to connect and relate to that in their own life. And that's the power that music has. So tell us a little bit about your brother Dan and how that song came about.
Sure. So, like I said, it's one of my older brothers. He had, did okay, lived a pretty normal life for the most part, growing up. He had some learning disabilities, but he did managed it well. But when he was about 40, he just really started to develop a tremendous amount of problems, mental health, physical health. He kidney failure. He lost his eyesight, his hearing. He lost a tremendous amount. We always used to say if you made a movie about Dan, you wouldn't believe it. You'd say that all can't happen to one person. But so he had a lot of challenges, but faced it really, really amazingly. Like if all that happened to me, I think I'd be a bitter person. But he was very positive, had a love for life, and was a great guy. I learned a lot from him. So yeah, he moved out. We actually moved him to a assisted living facility out here in California from Texas, where he was living in a facility down there last summer. So he was close by, which was great. He was about 3 miles away, and got him settled in. But yeah, he was only here for about 3 months, and then he had a massive heart attack in my kitchen, actually. So it was tragic and traumatic, but Yeah, we miss him for sure. But yeah, I wrote this song about going through that and about Dan.
And what a beautiful song it is. We'll make sure the audience knows how they can be able to access that and listen to it and see the beautiful video that you put together for that. You've put out a number of albums. You've been writing music for several decades and self-taught recording engineer. Let's talk a little bit about that, because I think, you know, as artists, we're constantly evolving
Right.
and, you know, learning new tips. There's always some new technology. You're talking about the 80s. I'm a keyboard player. It's my
Nice.
main instrument.
Great.
And then, you know, being able to play other instruments is fun too. I have like accordion and ukulele and some other stuff in the mix, but we learned how to put it all together. And that recording process, there's a science to it.
Yeah.
So how has that been, you know, with you picking that up and kind of going through all the learning curve and working with that? How has that been? You have a home studio now too that you work out of, right?
I do. Yeah, it's been fun. It's been a journey. Like you said, there are times when you're like, man, I just want to play the guitar and write songs. And there's other times when, you know, that aspect of the recording and production is exciting, right? And it's kind of almost become part of my writing process now, which has been cool, because I'll get a song, you know, almost done maybe, and not quite sure exactly how all the pieces fit together, intros and breaks and where the solo should go and all those kind of arrangement pieces. And so I'll do a rough recording of it and then can kind of really move stuff around and then, oh yeah, that's how that's supposed to go. So it is kind of nice sometimes to be able to you know, sit back and listen to it and then hear it a bit. But yeah, it's been a journey. It's been fun. Like you said, it's been ups and downs. I've got some stuff I recorded in the past that I kind of cringe when I hear, but that's all part of the growing process, right?
Mm-hmm. Now, you've had some of your albums were nominated for awards in several places. One was the Orange County Music Award. That was for your debut album.
Correct.
Was
Yep.
something that you had your first come out of, and then you took a trip and traveled towards Nashville to be working on some things. Had an album out there that was nominated as well for awards. Tell us
Correct.
a little bit about your Nashville experience.
Yeah, I actually lived in Nashville for 2 years. Gosh, it was right. I moved there right before September 11th. So, you know, right before everything kind of shut down. But I was there a couple years and just playing music and working a little bit in the building sets and for some commercials and stuff on the side to make some money. And my wife and I moved out there and yeah, played music out there for a couple years, did a lot of kind of singer-songwriter stuff. And then we also had a like a kind of Delta blues duo that I did with a buddy of mine and yeah, got some accolades for that. But I was only there a couple years before I moved out to California, and I thought I was moving here temporarily, but I've been here 21 years now.
That's a long temporary stint there.
It is indeed, but it's okay. It's worked out.
Well, we've enjoyed having you on the show, Doug. Thank you so much for being with us. Doug Schmude, everybody, you need to follow this guy and see what's coming next, because he's got some great things for you to hear and listen to, and some great music to check out. And of course, folks you can watch this new song that was featured on our show. Haven't Got a Good One. People are gonna be hearing your music on this show as well. So we're excited for the folks in Las Vegas to be able to meet you and experience your music through the show. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for obviously sharing my music, but taking the time to chat, and I truly appreciate it. It's been an absolute pleasure. Excuse me. Thank you.
You're welcome, Doug. You have a wonderful rest of the day, and we'll be in touch with any updates. New stuff coming out, okay?
All right, take care. Have a good day.
We all knew he was too good for this earth, too good to walk down here amongst all this dirt. We did our best to help him with his trials. Turns out it was him helping us all the while. Never again will he sleep alone. He has been called home. Heaven got a good one today.
last time we had you on the show, you were with your husband, who was this phenomenal human being, a photographer that has done legendary status type stuff. Someone that has served this country and has really put his heart and his passion and everything that he did, and it was just crazy. Right after that interview, he passed away. So I just want to let you know that I'm really sorry about that. And I know that had to be really, 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 really hard on you.
Yeah, it's been difficult few months, but I
Yeah.
really feel he's like working with me though, and he's trying to help me accomplish things that need to be accomplished right now.
Yeah, because I can just tell in that interview how close you guys were. The bond that you guys had was like, not only were you guys husband and wife, but just like best of best friends. Like
Yeah.
he would just run through a wall for you.
Oh. Well, we both had this very, very strong loyalty there for years too.
Let's talk about Karrin. Let's talk about where you go from here. We know that Billy is going to be in your heart, in your soul. What are some of the things that you have in mind, career-wise, that you would like to now pursue, or things that maybe you might have in the works right now?
Yeah, well, I'm told that I think one of the really fun things is I'm told that there's a chance I'll be on Jeff Mullet's Super Bowl shirt for his local party that he has in Vegas, which is one of the bigger local parties. They just shove all these people in his house, and it's a bunch of performers.
That's big.
I know, and it's like Carrot Top's 20th anniversary or something too, and
That
yeah.
is cool. So you're gonna be on the shirts. So it's almost like you're gonna have a whole bunch of walking billboards.
Yeah, so that's kind of fun. And I was like, oh, okay, are you gonna draw me in my redhead days to go with Carrot Top, or because it's and Jeff Mullet's is Carrot Top's assistant, so they're palling around together all the time.
Oh, that is cool.
So he always makes an appearance too.
So do you have some red hair, a red hair shoot of you? I'm sure you do. You got tons of pictures.
Yeah, all kinds of hair colors, and that's always was one of my favorite too, is the red hair. So really pops.
Okay. Vegas, a place where we made so much magic, and we laid such a fantastic foundation. Is Vegas a place that you want to kind of go back and get things going there? Or is it a place where you want to kind of keep your distance from?
I'm sure there'll always be stuff that will bring me back there, because I've had so many connections there over the years and opportunities and stuff. So I'm still very, people still remember me over there and stuff. And they're like, oh, you can come over.
Come on, Gwen.
I'm like, well, I might have to come over, especially if I end up on their t-shirts for their Super Bowl party.
Yeah.
It is pretty fun. So there's a lot of food there.
Yeah, get some wings and things. And I'm going to be doing some different things too, so I'll keep you in mind. I'm sure that a lot of people would like to see us do some stuff in the future. And look, it's a pleasure seeing you. Much love to you and the family, and I send all my prayers to you. I love how you're staying strong. I love how you're carrying Billy's legacy the way it should be carried, and I look forward to seeing you real soon.
Yeah, that would be good. Maybe I will see you in Vegas soon.
Yeah, you're gonna be on all these t-shirts, so I'm gonna see you somehow.
I know, and I might have to pop over to LA too, before my birthday at some point also to shoot with a photographer I worked with before.
Oh, there we go. That's the move. That's the move. So stay in tune to Karrin Rachelle and let's shake the world.
Well, welcome to the Mental Margarita Show. We're so excited to have you with us. The Aeroliners, all the way from Costa Rica. It's at Cartago, Costa Rica, visiting with us here in Las Vegas. So welcome to the show. How are you today?
Well, we are fine. We're fine.
We're fine. You?
It is always a wonderful day at the Mental Margarita Show. So we're visiting we have Roberto, Francisco, Josue. They make some amazing rock music, hard rock music, have also a love for airplanes. This is kind of where this name came from. Is that right?
Exactly.
Exactly, yeah. From aviation, that because my person is a private pilot, and my brother loves airplanes also, and we decide to put a name related to aviation.
What is the music scene like in Costa Rica? So do you get a lot of support from the community? I know you've done some stuff on the radio, but what's it like for bands?
Well, in Costa Rica is real a real difficult, so difficult sometimes for rock music, because traditional music or the music that you can hear in Latin America is so different, and we are trying to progress a little because our music is rock, and rock has a very big fans in Costa Rica and the rest of Latin America, but it's not strong music in here. And for example, here in Costa Rica, you can hear our songs in only 2 radio stations and our online radio stations only, because AM or FM radio stations only program music like the classic rock and Latin music, for example. But we are fighting against this little trouble that we can tell, but we are trying and touching some opportunities to try to grow up our music. And finally, we got our first single, that is Run for Glory.
And Run for Glory, we just featured that on the Second Opinion Sports Show, which airs on the CW, Eastern North Carolina, recently. What a fun song that was. And it's about the excitement of racing cars, which, in North Carolina, that's where NASCAR started. And then we got to feature your song on the sports show. So that was really fun for them to, be able to hear that. And now the people of Las Vegas get to hear your music, which we have Formula One here in Vegas and the Las Vegas Speedway. So it's another great racing, spot for people to come to and appreciate what you guys are trying to do with your song. So what else is coming out? What's the next steps for you? Are you planning on coming to the States to do some shows? Is that kind of in the plan?
Well, in this moment, we're working with our second EP. It's gonna be awesome to work on this EP. Actually, we're working our second single of this EP. Actually.
Yeah, we're working hard because we are trying to get produce more music to prove who is Aeroliners. And also we have if we have the opportunity to go to the United States, well we're going to get a show. Why not to go to the United States? And you told us about the NASCAR, and I remember that Run for Glory, I wrote that song inspired in NASCAR, because I'm a really big fan of NASCAR. I love it. And I wrote the song thinking in NASCAR, in racing, in the feelings that the pilot can can get during a race. And the result is a very, I think it's a very good song and very funny. And here in Costa Rica, some people told us that the song is very good, sounds good, and have the opportunity to put Aeroliners in the map.
How can people follow you? Where's all your music is on different streaming platforms? How do you want people to look for new music and follow you?
We have Spotify,
Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music. In the normal YouTube, you can find the videos, that is videos with the lyric. And if you want to hear our songs by online radios, we have in here Costa Rica 2 radio stations that have our music, that is Tico Rock and Costa Rica Rock. They have our music and you can hear online. But the most people hear us on different music platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, for example.
You want to see us in YouTube like Aeroliners?
Yeah.
We have find us in Spotify like Aeroliners band.
In Facebook, Aeroliners, and
Instagram too.
I think that all our social media is Aeroliners.
And you have our support, and we're thank you so much for coming on the show and visiting with us and telling us about your music, and we know that there's going to be more opportunities and more music coming, and it's very exciting.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, you guys, have a good day. We'll talk to you soon, okay?
Thank you very much. Radio from Costa Rica, Pura Vida.
Pura Vida.
Aeroliners, pure life. That is the best thing in the world. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
All right. You're welcome. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, I got Detroit, Michigan's finest. FTP Dre is in the house.
Hey, how y'all doing? How y'all doing?
How you feeling?
Hey, I'm blessed, man. Thanks for having me.
So Detroit, Michigan is where you're born and raised?
Yes, it is.
How was it like growing up in D-Town?
Man, like how I felt growing up in Detroit, man. You gotta know how to hustle. Like, if you don't know how to hustle, it's not gonna make it, man. You're not gonna make it. And then if you get a little bit more than another person, they ready to snake you, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta make sure you got the right team, right individuals in your circle. You gotta make sure you got a level head, and you can't trust everybody.
And so, were you raised with 2 parents, single parent? What was that like?
I was raised by my mother, but I also was raised by my aunts and my grandparents. So I had my uncle here and there. So, I was raised by a village, man. You can basically say a village.
Now, at an early age, you were writing poetry. You were freestyling.
Yes.
What was music something that was just always in you?
Yes, man. I believe God instilled it inside of me, you know, just to keep my mind mentally leveled. Because growing up, my mom, she got a tendency of picking the wrong individuals to be with. And the majority of the dudes that she was with was very abusive. So, you know, at a young age, you know, I had to be the man of a household and I had to defend her and my little sister against these individuals. You know, so to keep me from not going nuts, I used to write poetry.
What was that exact moment, FTP, that you said to yourself, man, I can do this. I'm really gonna take this to another level.
I believe it's like everybody for years, man, when they hear me freestyle, they've been telling me to take it seriously. But I was not able to really take it seriously because, you know, as a father, I gotta work. You know, my music wasn't bringing in no cash or nothing. So, you know, I had to work. You know, I always worked 2-3 jobs at a time. You know, it was up until like I can say like 2 years ago when my homegirl, she was like, "Hey, I'm doing this event. You know, I would like for you to perform at this event." So I wrote like a little twerk song for her event. You know, the females was feeling the twerk song. I was like, okay, all right. Like, so I was like, let me actually put my foot in the door and see can I actually, you know, do something with this.
Right.
You know, because for years people been telling me, yo, bro, you got the skill, take it seriously, get in the studio.
So I want to ask you, are you working on an album or are you just putting singles out right now?
I'm working on the album, but at this time I had to push it to the back burner. But so I just been dropping what I've been working on. And I'm gonna just go back to the drawing board and write some new songs for my album.
That's cool. What is the latest single that's out right now?
The latest single that's out right now, I just put out 2 singles. I put out Trying to Heal last week. I just put out Care for Me.
Oh, I can hear the youth. I hear
Yes,
the youth in the back.
My babies.
That's your babies.
My babies.
I know your babies care for you, and I love that. I love the titles. Trying to Heal.
Yes, sir.
Man, this world needs a lot of healing, man. So I'm very happy that you're going in that direction. I really am. How do they find your music if they want to get in contact with you? If there's a manager that's watching this right now that, you know, feels your vibe and energy because you got a great energy going on.
Thank you.
How do they reach you?
If you want to get in contact with me, my Instagram is King Royalty 4 ever, and it's FTP Dre on all platforms. FTP Dre on all platforms. And email me is hardworker313ambitious101@gmail.com. You know, I'm hard worker, I'm ambitious. So my email, that's me.
There you have it. Why? Ladies and gentlemen, once again, FTP Dre is in the building. What up, it was an absolute pleasure, my brother.
Hey, likewise, man. Thank you for having me, man. I really appreciate this opportunity.
I can show you why, if you by my side, if it's do or die, huh? Let's give it a try, if you done the ride, let's take a drive, huh? I can show you why, if you by my side, if it's do or die, huh? Let's give it a try, if you done the ride, let's take this drive, huh? Baby, what trees? I just need a cold piece up in my streets. Let's break the bed, baby, know what I mean. She a rough rider, guess she see the dog in me. I nibble on the kid with every bit of me. I fulfill your fantasy, shorties ain't a dream. I have you screaming from the blade, Jason Voorhees. I guarantee satisfaction if you roll with me, yes indeed. Little baby, if you ride with me, hang it please. Don't you see, baby girl, if you ride with me, huh? I can show you why, if you by my side.
girl, have you ever been to Secret Sisters Boutique? It's over there by Mom's Diner, right here in Pahrump. Well, they're a clothing consignment store with clothes, shoes, purses, jewelry, and they have everything. And they're having a $5 bag sale all through the month of December. I know, right? Let's meet up there.
Secret Sisters is located at 1240 State Street in Pahrump, Nevada. For more information, call 775-727-4488. That's 775-727-4488.
You deserve to feel great about the way you look. A Beauty by Design provides expert permanent makeup and training in Henderson, Nevada. They also perform scar camouflage, paramedical tattooing, and so much more. Certified permanent makeup technicians are in high demand, and A Beauty by Design offers the best hands-on training program to prepare you for the industry. Call 702-872-3022 or visit abeautybydesign.com. That's abeautybydesign.com. Need to get away? Then escape to Bookworm Haven, a treasure trove of used and new books from young adult, romance, Western, contemporary and classic titles in fiction and nonfiction, and a huge children's section. And we have gift cards for that special someone who loves to read and may be difficult to shop for. We were recently featured in the Pahrump Valley Times and have been family owned since 1985. We accept trade-ins with credit towards your purchase and are open from Tuesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Scan the QR code to follow us on Facebook or call 775-727-4186. That's 775-727-4186.